So you mentioned partnerships, and like any nonprofit, the importance of partnerships cannot be overstated. Can you introduce us to Jonathan and what he brings to FoodShare?
Absolutely. What's really nice today to present is Jonathan, I think, delivers the philosophy from our corporate America, but here in Ventura County, and what we're doing with it. And then, of course, Kay is in the front lines, but she's also a professional and a realtor, and so understands both sides of that coin. So Jonathan and his company have brought something very special to Ventura County, and in particular to FoodShare, that allows businesses to be able to support their neighbors and help provide funds to feed them in a way that's sustainable, in a way that's real, and will have an impact a couple of cents at a time. And so we're very excited to be delivering this idea to our community.
So tell us a little bit about that, Jonathan. What motivates you as a businessman to get involved with the community aspect of what FoodShare is doing?
I was born in the community, in Ventura, actually, a community hospital. Grew up in Camarillo and still live here, committed to the area. Our business is in Oxnard. We're at the tower. We've been involved, I personally have been involved with a lot of different nonprofits and charities, and have seen the great need that's out there. So growing up with my eyes open to what great wealth we've had and enjoyed is, seeing the other side of the tracks is just devastating. So it's always made an impact in my life. So being that my father was a minister, we learned about tithing, and I've always felt that was important from a corporate level as well. We have great resources in good times, and not so great resources in bad times, but the giving is still important. And that's the first thing that should always be the priority. So we've always tried to figure out ways of how to incorporate our business with nonprofits that impact things that are important to us. Obviously, people eating is very important, and doing something that's sustainable, as Bonnie touched on, that's year-round. I see a lot of people get really excited around Thanksgiving to do something great, but those food pantries, they fill up with a lot of people during Thanksgiving, and thank you for doing that. But February comes along and people are still hungry. So we tried to figure out a way to do something that was more sustainable year-round, using our conduit, which is credit card processing.
So tell us a little bit about that. How does that work?
We help transact the consumer and the merchant. So the consumer comes in to buy goods and services from the merchant. They use a credit card. We're the guys that provide the terminals and the software that takes that transaction and turns it into money for the merchant. And we have to delegate the money to the banks that issued the cards, and we get a little small piece of that. And so out of that, we're asking the merchants, if they do business with us, we will tithe out of that a portion of the income that we would make back into FoodShare. So it's a very specific and deliberate program for this organization.
So as we go to a cash-based economy and people don't use plastic, no, that's the other way around. So as people do, as more and more plastic is used for transactions, then obviously that volume is translated into a benefit for FoodShare.
Yeah, and what we want to tell the merchants, if it's all the same, if I charge you the same amount that you're paying right now with your incumbent processor, but out of that, you can be a part of our HOPE program, which is helping the poor and elderly. Just by a little bit on every transaction that goes through. It makes everybody feel good along the way. Instead of earning, well, not only do they get their frequent flyer miles and their American Express points, but they get to give a little bit back.